Welcome to the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where every cup tells a story, and every story starts with a sip. Join us on a journey of adventure, camaraderie, and of course, the finest brews, served hot and steeped in mystery. From dragons to ancient legends, we're brewing up more than just coffee. Today's tale begins along the quiet forest road, where the echoes of celebration have faded into memory and the air itself seems to listen. At the edge of the Thistletop rabbit folk lands, where roots run deep and the trees grow close together, a presence older than the road itself stirs in silence. There, standing watch beneath arching branches, waits a tree unlike any other, one that speaks in verse, asks in riddles, and measures travelers not by strength of step, but by the wisdom of their choices. And as a young helper gathers eggs nearby in hopes of earning her reward, the question is not merely where the path will lead, but what must be understood in order to walk it at all. Now, grab your mug, settle in, and get ready for the next chapter in our brewing saga. Season 2, Episode 14, The Poetry's Riddle. The roar of the Highland Games has long since faded behind them, traded now for the crunch of boots and the steady rhythm of travel. A narrow road winds its way through a quiet stretch of forest, where tall trees arch overhead like the beams of some ancient hall. Their branches sway gently, though no strong wind can be felt below. At the center of the path, a small group travels along, 5 companions, returning home from a day of triumph, spectacle, and just a touch too much indulgence.
Ah, now that was a day worthy of song. Strength contests, feats of daring. And did you see the size of that roasted haunch?
Bradicus Aurelius gestures broadly as he walks, one hand still clutching a strip of something that may once have been meat, though it's hard to tell now.
You mean the one you insisted on sampling from 3 different vendors?
Sampling is a sacred duty, Patches. One must compare quality.
It lacked fire. All of it. No heat. No bite. Just roasted disappointment.
Nived flicks his tail irritably, a faint curl of warm breath escaping his nostrils as if to emphasize his point.
You tried to season it yourself.
It helped.
Curled comfortably upon a bundle of supplies on the back of Bradicus, Java speaks without opening his eyes, as though replaying the memory rather than simply recalling it.
The cider was good. Stories flowed more freely with it. People shared things they might otherwise keep tucked away.
Aye. Nothing loosens the tongue like a good drink and a better crowd.
And yet somehow you managed to talk more than anyone else.
A gift, truly.
Bringing up the rear, walking at an unhurried pace, is Fate Scold. Her gaze drifts not along the road ahead, but through the spaces between, where shadow and light weave together beneath the trees.
Not all echoes come from behind us.
Her words settle gently into the air, and linger there, unanswered.
Well, if there are more cheers ahead, I say we follow them.
Or maybe we enjoy a quiet road for once.
As if in response, the forest seems to hush. The birdsong that once dotted the air grows sparse, then still. The breeze softens until even the leaves above hang in a curious, watchful calm. The group continues forward, but something has changed.
Do you hear that?
Java lifts his head, ears twitching. His gaze drifts upward toward the canopy, where the branches stretch and overlap like fingers laced together.
Hear what?
At first, there is nothing. Only the faint sounds of their footsteps, the soft crunch of boots on dirt and pebbles. And then, a sound that does not belong to wind alone. The leaves stir, though the air remains still. And within that rustling, just barely, there is something else. A cadence. A rhythm. As though the forest itself were trying to speak.
I don't like that.
Ah, probably just the trees. Doing tree things.
Trees don't usually sound like they're whispering secrets.
Some do.
The road bends gently ahead, curving toward a thicker cluster of trees where shadow gathers more densely. And from that direction, the whispering grows just a little clearer. Not louder, but closer. Waiting. And so, with laughter fading and curiosity rising, our companions press forward, unaware that the path ahead will ask not for strength, nor speed, but for something far more elusive. The road narrows as it curves, its edges slowly swallowed by thick undergrowth. Roots begin to press up through the earth. Ahead, the trees grow closer together, their trunks rising tall and pale in the dimming light beneath the canopy. And then, the whispering stops. Not fading. Not drifting away. Stopping. As though something has drawn a breath and chosen to hold it.
Right. I officially prefer the whispering.
Look,
Just ahead of the friends, where the path bends sharply to the right, stands a tree unlike the rest. Its trunk is broader, older, its bark etched with deep grooves that spiral upward like lines of script carved by time itself. Its branches stretch wide over the road, forming a natural archway, one that no traveler could pass beneath without coming close, very close. And though the air remains still, its leaves begin to stir.
That's no wind.
Say the word, and I'll burn us a new path.
let's not set the forest on fire just yet.
As the companions draw nearer, the leaves above them tremble once, twice. And then,
Pray halt, thou travellers, bold and bright, who tread upon this path of sight. For none may pass, neath bough and limb, whose would be dull and senses dim.
We've been stopped. By a tree.
I stand by my earlier suggestion.
No burning the talking tree.
It's not stopping us. It's testing us.
A gate need not be made of stone.
the branches above shift again, leaves turning as though to better observe the small group gathered beneath them.
A test, thou say'st. A kinder word than truth, though close to what is heard. For I am keeper, root and rhyme, a watcher set beyond thy time. Answer me true, and pass thee may. Fail, and wander thou astray.
Wander astray?
As if in answer, Bradicus glances back down the road behind them, only to find it different. The path they had just traveled now seems less certain. The bend is sharper. The trees closer. Shadows deeper than they should be.
Right. Riddle it is, then.
Definitely Riddle it is.
A pause settles over the clearing. Then, with a slow creak of wood and leaf, the tree speaks again.
I speak though breath I do not claim. I carry truth, yet bear no name. No feet have I, yet far I roam. In silent halls, in hearth and home. What am I?
The question hangs in the air, as tangible as the branches overhead. No movement. No sound. Only the weight of the riddle.
Something that speaks, but doesn't breathe.
Carries truth, travels without moving.
In silent halls, in hearth and home,
It's something shared. Something kept.
Voices without voices.
Java lifts his head slightly, eyes narrowing, not in suspicion, but in recognition.
A story.
closed, but it said it carries truth. Something more tangible.
Patch's gaze drifts downward, to the satchels, to the small collection of worn pages and bundled notes tucked safely among their belongings.
A book.
Well spoken, mind both keen and kind. A vessel true for heart and mind. Through ink and page, all paths are trod. By mortal hand, yet touched by God.
The branches lift slightly, the arch above them opening just a fraction more, as though the path itself has taken a breath.
Ha! You see? No wandering. No being lost. Just a bit of thinking.
Still could have burned it.
Nived.
But the tree is not yet finished. Its leaves settle once more, shifting, listening, as though another presence approaches. And from the edge of the clearing, just beyond the roots of the great tree, comes the sound of someone small and in a hurry. For the riddles of the forest are rarely meant for one alone, and help, it seems, is about to arrive, whether our companions are ready for it or not. As the last echoes of the poet tree's words settle into the stillness, a new sound breaks through the quiet of the clearing, quick, light footsteps weaving between roots and low brush. Not cautious. Purposeful. From the edge of the trees, a small figure emerges, moving with the determined energy of someone on a very important mission. A young rabbit folk child, carrying a woven basket that bounces slightly at her side with each hurried step.
Oh, you found it too.
Pip skids to a stop just short of the poet tree's roots, one ear tilted forward, the other twitching as she looks between the group and the towering, whispering presence above them.
Little Pip. Are you going on an adventure?
I'm helping my parents.
She lifts her basket slightly as if to prove it. Inside, a few soft shapes shift beneath a cloth lining, carefully gathered, but not yet complete.
You're collecting eggs?
The birds got out of their pens again. Papa says they always do that when the gates don't latch right.
At the mention of her family, Pip's expression brightens, proud, but focused.
Mama and Papa said if I gather enough eggs and bring them back safe, I get a honey cake.
Honey cake?
A noble quest indeed.
And a reward well earned.
Pip shifts her weight from one foot to the other, glancing up at the poet tree, then back to the group, then up again. Her confidence softens slightly.
The tree makes it harder sometimes.
Harder how?
It asks questions, like games, but they're tricky. I don't always understand them.
Above them, the leaves stir faintly at her words, as though acknowledging her presence.
A small one treads with earnest aim, yet finds the path a woven game. Not all who hear may understand the shapes that dance on thought and hand.
You see,
It does have a way with words.
Still suspicious.
So you've been trying to solve its riddles while collecting eggs?
but sometimes I get stuck. And then I take longer, and then Mama says I get distracted, but I'm not distracted, I'm just thinking.
Thinking is part of the work.
And work, when guided, becomes wisdom.
Pip nods slowly, though it's clear the riddles still weigh on her mind. She glances once more toward the poet tree, then back to the group with a hopeful look.
Do you think you could help me?
The question is small, but earnest. Not spoken with hesitation, but with trust.
Of course we can.
We'd be glad to help.
As long as the tree doesn't try to eat us.
It doesn't eat anyone, I think.
That's reassuring.
Above them, the poet tree shifts again, its branches moving in a slow, deliberate arc, as though observing the new arrangement of travelers and child alike.
Another seeker joins the fray, with baskets full and thoughts astray. Together now, thy minds align, to follow thread of riddle's line.
Pip steps a little closer to the group now, her earlier urgency easing into quiet anticipation. Whatever challenge lies ahead, she won't be facing it alone.
The path invites more than one voice.
Then let us hear the next question.
Finally. Something worth solving.
All right, what's the next riddle?
The poet tree's leaves begin to stir once more, not in warning, but in preparation. For the riddles it asks are not merely questions of words, but choices of direction. And the next one will require more than cleverness alone. For within the quiet beneath its branches lies a trial not just of thought, but of judgment. Let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors.
Adventurers, travelers, and coffee lovers alike. Welcome to Dungeon Brew Coffee. Whether you crave the boldest brew, a magical chai, or a sweet spice cider, we've got something to fuel every quest. Sip it at home with our online blends, or catch us live at events across Virginia, and soon in West Virginia and North Carolina, as we bring the tavern experience straight to you. And here's a little extra loot for your journeys. Keep your lemonade cup and bring it back to any event we're at and save $1 on your refill. That's one more treasure for your pocket. So, whether you're chasing dragons or deadlines, make Dungeon Brew Coffee your first stop, because every great day begins with a magical cup in hand.
And now, back to our show. With Pip now beside them, the clearing feels different. Not larger, but fuller. As though the presence of the child, the companions, and the poet tree itself has shifted the balance of the moment into something more deliberate. The branches above sway once more. And then, they still.
Attend, ye gathered, keen of eye. For trial now draws nigh. No single path shall all contain. The truth thou seek'st lies split in twain. Or more, yet only one is right, though others tempt the wandering sight.
The air around the roots seems to open, revealing that the path forward is not singular at all. 3 distinct directions branch outward from the base of the poet tree. One path leads toward an open clearing, bright and easy to traverse. One winds toward a cluster of dense brambles, thick with thorns and tangled growth. The third follows a narrow trail toward a quiet stream, partially hidden beneath overhanging foliage.
That's one of its bigger ones.
3 paths.
And likely 3 outcomes.
Pip adjusts her basket, peering between the 3 routes with a mix of familiarity and uncertainty.
One holds naught, yet stands most fair. One hides truth beyond compare. One tempts all with ease and light, yet leads astray the hasty sight.
The brambles.
Why the brambles?
Because anything that looks hard is usually where the answer is.
A warrior's logic.
Or the easiest answer might be the trick.
One holds not, suggests one path is empty.
And stands most fair may be the deception.
Patches glances toward the open clearing, the most inviting of the 3 paths. Sunlight filters through. The ground is smooth. The route appears clear of obstacles.
That one's too obvious.
That's the one I usually try first.
And you've had the most trouble when you do?
Yeah.
A quiet pause settles over the group as each path is considered not just for its appearance, but for what it represents.
So we rule out the easy one?
That would make sense given the riddle.
Then the brambles it is.
The brambles are really thorny.
Even better.
Nived flexes his claws slightly, already anticipating the challenge ahead.
But why the brambles?
Because the riddle says one path is fair but holds nothing. That's likely the open clearing.
What appears effortless may lack substance.
And the stream?
Streams often symbolize reflection, but also misdirection in riddles. It could be the middle ground that tempts but doesn't resolve.
Which leaves the brambles as the path that requires effort, and likely hides the eggs.
Pip listens closely, her ears tilting slightly as each piece falls into place.
So, the hard one is the right one.
Not always.
But in this case, effort may be the key the riddle is asking us to recognize.
A test of resolve, then.
The poet tree responds, not with words immediately, but with a subtle shift in its branches, leaves whispering in approval.
Thy minds align, thy steps now weigh. Not swayed by ease, nor fleeting day. The path that asks the greater cost oft yields what others leave as lost.
It is not a declaration of the answer, but it is as close to encouragement as the tree has offered.
Then let's see what's in those brambles.
I'll go with you.
We'll all go together.
The group gathers at the edge of the thorny path. The brambles ahead are thick, interwoven branches forming a dense barrier that will require careful movement, patience, and perhaps a bit of teamwork.
Well then, adventure continues.
Step carefully.
The right path is rarely the easiest to walk.
And so, with the riddle spoken and the choice made, the companions step forward into the brambles, where the true test lies not in solving the question, but in reaching the answer. For beyond the tangled branches, something waits to be found. The brambles close in around the companions, branches weaving tightly together overhead and at their sides. Thorns catch lightly at cloaks and sleeves, and every step must be placed with care. This is not a path meant to be rushed. It is a path meant to be earned.
I usually get stuck here.
Just stay close. We'll move through together.
Patches gently parts a few of the thinner branches ahead, creating space for Pip to pass safely. Bradicus follows behind, using his forearm to shield his path from the sharper thorns, while Nived pushes forward with confident, deliberate steps, his focus unwavering. Java moves with quiet precision, observing the pattern of the growth rather than forcing it aside. And Fate walks as though the thorns themselves have chosen not to impede her.
This is more like it.
A test of endurance.
And patience.
After several careful moments of movement through the dense growth, the brambles begin to thin. The tight weave of branches opens into a small clearing hidden within the thicket. And there, nestled among the roots of a low, sturdy bush, are the eggs.
There they are.
Pip moves quickly but gently, placing each egg into her basket with practiced care. One by one, the collection grows fuller, until the task she set out to complete is finally complete.
I found them all.
You did.
With a little help. And a lot of determination.
And the right path.
A soft rustle echoes from beyond the clearing, not the harsh sound of brambles, but the familiar whisper of leaves stirred by something more intentional.
Through thorn and trial, thou wast tread. With steady heart and thoughtful head. What sort in ease was not thy gain? But found in effort, truth remain.
The poet tree's voice carries through the thicket as though the forest itself is repeating its words in quiet harmony.
Thank you for the challenge.
Not I who give, nor I who take. But thou who choose the path to make. Return thou may, when questions call. For wisdom waits within us all.
The branches overhead shift once more, not obstructing, but parting ever so slightly, as if acknowledging their departure.
Well, that was thorny.
Worth it.
And you did most of the work.
I did.
And you learned something along the way.
As the group makes their way back out of the brambles, the forest beyond feels lighter. The stillness that once held tension now feels calm, balanced.
The crossroads remembers those who listen.
Pip adjusts her basket carefully, now filled with eggs gathered through effort, guided by thought, and supported by companions. Her path, like the riddle itself, has taken shape through choice.
Mama and Papa are going to be so proud.
As they should be.
I still think the brambles were the right call from the start.
You only say that because you didn't get stuck in them.
Behind them, the poet tree stands quietly at the edge of the forest path, its branches once again at rest. But its presence lingers. Not as a barrier, but as a reminder.
Go forth, and walk thy chosen way, where thought and will together sway. And should ye pause at life's crossroad, return and share thy earned load.
And so, with baskets full and minds a little sharper than before, our companions continue on their journey, carrying not only what they gathered, but what they discovered along the way. For in a world where trees may speak and riddles may guide the path forward, the greatest truths are not simply given. They are found. And somewhere ahead, the road continues to turn.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
Yeah! And maybe drop a comment. It's like getting something in the mail. Gotta love getting some mail from your friends, right?
Maybe they don't like us, Nived. You shouldn't expect everyone to like us.
Not like us? Inconceivable. Who doesn't like a team as amazing as us? Or baby dragons at the very least.
We must let them decide. We can only play our part. And hope.
The fire is low, the mugs are empty, and tonight's tale has come to an end. But the journey is far from over. Thank you for gathering with us at Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where adventure brews with every sip. Join us next time as new challenges arise, mysteries deepen, and the magic of the tavern unfolds. If you enjoyed this taste of adventure, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a new episode. We'll save a seat for you at the tavern. See you soon.